After a natural disaster hits, months, often years of recovery are just beginning. Joining me, Jeremy Konyndyk, former director of the Office of U.S. Foreign Disaster Assistance. Thank you so much for being with us. Your former organization does disaster response for some of the worst crises around the world. In the case of Irma, what would be the priorities?
Well, the immediate priority is exactly what you've been talking about and seeing, and that's getting people out of harm's way. I responded a few years ago to Typhoon Haiyan, which hit the Philippines as a Category 5, and the storm surge there really caught people off guard. It's important for people to respect the storm surge because that really acts like a bulldozer, just pushing everything out of its way, and often that's underestimated. Once the storm has passed through, obviously the first priority is search and rescue, and then it moves on to restoring basic services and making sure people have access to food and water. You
published a blog post yesterday saying that the U.S. goes hard on foreign disaster aid, but then lags with funding long-term recovery. What's your concern with this storm?
Well, you know, with this storm, because most of the brunt of it will be taken by Florida rather than some of the countries in the Caribbean, I think we'll get that balance better. We tend to do better on that domestically. It's the international responses where we're often excellent on the initial upfront response, and then the recovery and the rebuilding is more of a struggle.
Right now, the agency that you used to run has disaster assistance response teams on the ground in the Caribbean. They're in Haiti, they're in the Dominican Republic, Barbados, the Bahamas, all of them delivering humanitarian aid. But with what's going on in Texas, in Florida, what do you say to people, and I know you've heard this, who question the U.S. sending resources abroad when they're so direly needed at home?
Well, I think we can walk and chew gum at the same time as a country on that score. You know, the annual budget for the office that I used to run is about $1.5 billion a year. The aid package that Congress just passed for Harvey alone, never mind whatever is going to be coming for Irma, is several multiples of the annual budget of that entire office. So we're not talking huge sums of money here, relatively speaking. And it does a tremendous amount of good.
Well, Jeremy Konyndyk, thank you so much for being with us. And,
my pleasure.
You know, hats off to all the folks who do this work because they do it often unheralded. It is tough, tough stuff to deal with disasters time after time. We appreciate it. Thank you.